You now join me on row 34 of the pattern for the right wing, which says purl 1, SSP, purl 10, first of all. So purl 1, SSP, and then purl 10. So after purling the 10 stitches, you then need to slip one to the right hand needle, take the yarn back, then move that stitch back onto the left hand needle, bring the yarn forward and simply turn the work. Then for the next row, you have to knit 1, SSK, knit 3, like so, knit 2 together, knit 1, and once again slip the stitch onto the right hand needle, this time bring the yarn forward, slip the stitch back onto the left hand needle, take the yarn back and turn the work. Then on the next row you simply have to purl 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then with this stitch you need to knit the stitch and the wrap together to get a nice finish, like so. Purl 2 together and purl 1. Then on row 35 you need to knit 2 together, then knit 2, SSK, knit 1, knit 2 together, oops, try that again, knit 2 together and then knit 2, and once again if you can knit the wrap and the stitch together it gives a much neater finish, and then SSK, like so, and then you simply turn the work and purl 9 stitches for row 36. Then row 37 is an increase one, so you begin by knitting 1, then making 1 by picking up the horizontal bar between the 2 stitches, knit 2, make 1, and continue to the end of the row following the pattern. You now join me on row 38 of the pattern where I've purled the first 10 stitches and I am now doing the wrap and turn like so. And then the next row is another increase row. So we begin by knitting 1, then making 1 by picking up the horizontal stitch, then knit 2, once again make 1, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky because you're trying to fit in quite a few increase stitches. So knit 1, make 1, knit 2, make 1, knit one, and then there's another wrap and turn, like so. And then you simply need to purl 14, remembering to knit the stitch and the wrap together. You now join me on row 46 of the pattern, where you need to purl the entire row to join the two sections back together. I have already purled the first 22 stitches, and I'm just going to fold this over like so, just to show you how the wraps and the turns and also the decrease and increase stitches help to create this nice curve shape. So I'm just going to purl the next stitch, and when doing so, a little tip is just to knit this stitch as tightly as possible, so pulling the yarn quite taut, just to prevent any holes or gaps forming between the two sections of the wings. And then you just need to purl the rest of the row and continue to the end of the pattern. I am now going to demonstrate how to sew the seams of the wing to get this curved shape in. So I have threaded a sewing needle with my long cast on tail end of yarn, and then I'm going to take this and go into the first stitch here, like so. And then I'm going to find the first loop on this side, and I'm going to go into the loop and under the knot, like so. So this is the shortcut mattress stitch that I like to use when sewing seams. So I'm going to take that over there, then I'm going to go back over to this side, and then once again I'm going to find the loop, and I'm going to go under the knot and back through here, and then over to the other side, back into the same loop that you came out of, underneath the knot, like so. And once again, over to this side, back into the same loop, under the knot, like so. And then I'm going to continue sewing this seam all the way to this end, using this same technique. So I have sewed along the first bottom seam like so, and now I'm on the first little tricky bit. So here I'm just going to finish off this last little bit of the seam. So once again I'm going to go into the loop that I have just come out of, like so. I'm going to pull the yarn through there. I'm going to go back into this side, finding the loop, like so, and then I'm going to take the yarn under the bottom curve of the wing and bring it out here, like so, and just pull that yarn, keeping the tension quite loose because you don't want to pull it too tightly. But as you can see on the bottom seam here, it gives a nice curve shape. And now this is the middle section, like so, of the wing. So once again I'm going to find a loop, and I'm going to go into the loop and out through under the knot, like so, come over this side and then back here, like so. I'm just going to give that a little pull, and then once again, like so, into the loop under a knot. And then continue sewing up this seam. Then once you've joined the middle seam here, you once again need to take the yarn under, like so, the other curve section, bring it out through a loop, like so, and then continue joining this top seam. Then, once you have finished sewing this top seam, like so, you need to join the cast on and cast off edges together. So, just a case of sewing along these stitches like so, to get a nice neat finish. Then you need to join the two wings together, like so. And then you simply need to sew the wings onto the bumblebee's back, like so.